Hello again, this is Calvin from PoorManSurvival.com. Today we're going to do a review on the Leatherman Wingman. We're big fans of Leatherman tools here, so this is just another one in the series. So the Leatherman Wingman, one of the main differences, this is one of the first Leathermans with a pocket clip. I like that. I like the pocket clip. I do find the tool, a tad heavy, but it's great. Fits good in the BDU pants. Really a nice tool. So we'll start with the tools you can access from the outside, which really, in my opinion, has been one of the best evolutions in these tool categories. Is the fact that you can get to your blades from the outside. You don't have to open it up and get to your blade. So the first one, we're going to go right to the blade. So it is a liner lock blade, as you can see right here. That's the lock, and it is a combo edge. I do like it. I'm not a big fan of combo edges, but for rope cutting purposes, I find the combo edge is pretty nice. I like the way the blade tapers here also, and that way it makes it a little bit easier for straight cuts or awling out holes in leather or belts and whatnot. It is a fairly sharp blade. I believe this one has maybe had one hone on it. This is actually my son's knife for scouting, and really it's held up well. And he's been a little abusive on it, so it hasn't been too bad. So again, nice little knife. I love the fact you can get it from the outside, and it being locked, makes me feel a lot safer when my son's using it for Boy Scouting or fishing or camping. I like a lock blade. So, and I just push that in there, and it folds the blade. So the other side, has your shears here. The only thing with the Leatherman scissors or shears is that if you do not open it all the way so that the lock, and that's the lock here, clicks, you don't have a spring. But again, great tool. Handy shears if you're cutting things. We don't use them that much, but they do work well. You can see they cut right through and they hold up well. Again, I've talked to people who bought this tool and said, "Oh, it's too bad the shears don't have a spring." Well, they do, but if you do not make it to the lock position, that spring does not work. So again, it is a liner lock, and locks in place and folds back. So it is a nice tool. Love the fact that you can get to the blades from the outside. It has made all the difference in these tool category. Again, there's the pocket clip, and so we'll open her up. All right. So your pliers, your standard pliers. You have your cutting edge. You have a plier type edge for gripping screws, nuts, bolts, that type of thing, and then your needle nose edge. So you have your cutters and and actually that little indent in the back here you could use for wire stripping purposes or whatever. We don't use it a whole lot, but you can. So on the inside here, this is where you access your tools. It helps to have a little bit of a fingernail on the end to get them out. But you have your standard can opener. You have your file with a screwdriver edge, and then this tool. Haven't found a whole ton of use for this yet. Snipping fishing line, when we're ice fishing, it's worked good. If you snag a line and you want a blade that's real short and not going to cut you, it's real good for that. These don't lock, and this little edge, this little edge here does come really sharp. Again, we really haven't used it, but it's a good little edge, and when it bites deep. So you have to be careful with that one, but we don't use it a whole lot. I'm not 100% sure what its intended design is, so we don't use it a ton. On the other side, you have your screwdriver, and what is their Phillips head screwdriver. It really has got to be a pretty good size Phillips head screw to use that. It's a thick head, and the same thing with the flat head here. It's the only downside I can say with the tool is I wish it was a slightly smaller Phillips head and a slightly smaller regular edge. But, all in all, a good design to have it all there. Can't really say enough about the Leatherman Wingman. I like it a lot. Overall, the tool is right about 4 inches at its longest point. And it probably sits at, I don't know, 1.5 inches. No, just about 1 inch wide. So it's actually a good size tool. A little heavy for some pockets, but all in all, a really great tool. Can't say enough about it. So I hope you like this review. And again, this has been PoorManSurvival.com. Please rate, like, and subscribe, and keep watching. We have a lot of good videos coming out. And we're going to be getting back to some tactical stuff very shortly. So just a lot of people had asked about the tools, so we figured we'd throw this review up there. Have a nice day.